Why? Hello there. Welcome in. I'm guessing clicked on this video because you saw that I broke a $20,000 lens. Yeah? Well, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about how I broke a Leitz?
Leitz.
German, Leitz, American, American, English, Leitz. At least that's what Google says. Hilarious. Anyway, welcome in everyone. Today we're going to talk about the Leitz Summicron-Cs. Got to use these on a commercial, actually one of my first commercials I've ever done for a local nonprofit here in Costa Mesa. The main goal of the commercial is we wanted to give some inspiration for the nonprofit, opposed to just telling people, hey, we need help, please donate to our cause. We wanted to talk about this idea of helping a neighbor, helping people in need, helping those people around you. And I chose the Summicrons for a specific reason. We'll talk about that over here. Okay, so why did I want to rent the Leitz Summicron-Cs? Well, for those of you who don't know, I've been shooting on Lumix ever since 2020 when I bought the S1H. And in 2020 when the S1H came out, this photo came out. I'm pretty sure this photo has just kind of always lived in the back of my mind of like, oh, that's a cool lens. I would love to try out that lens one day. But then I also found Leica in 2021, 2022. Thought they were the coolest cameras and coolest lenses, and I've always wanted a Leica M6 ever since. Found out that Leitz is a sister company to Leica, and found this lens again, was like, oh, that's the lens that's on the S1H in the promotional photo. And then in like 2022, 2023, my wife and I were watching Chef's Table, fell in love with Chef's Table, also just fell in love with documentary and docu-series, but then looked up the first season of Chef's Table was shot on the red Monstro and the Leitz Summicron-Cs. And ever since, I've wanted to rent those to kind of replicate the original promotional photo. But you might be asking yourself, number one, what do these lenses look like? Number two, the title of this video has you breaking something. When are you gonna talk about that? And then number three, why are you in the kitchen all of a sudden? And I will answer all of those. The first two, a little later. The reason why I'm in the kitchen right now, I have to cook dinner and do the dishes. Told my wife I would do so because I love my wife, and we ain't getting paid right now. So if you want me to get paid, that would be awesome, so I could do more YouTube stuff and invest more time into this. So like and subscribe. Dude, really? So cheesy. Back to you, desktop Ezreal. Okay, we've talked about why I wanted to rent these lenses. What do they look like? I'm using the Lumix S50mm. I have the 85 here that I was shooting earlier on, and it's in the range of 5, 18, 24, 55, 50, 85, 100. Yeah, 6 lenses. They're all the same size and all the same aperture, except for the 100. I believe that's f2.8. Anyway, using that here and have that matched at f2.0. I know there's a conversion thing of like T-stop to f-stop. I didn't do that, unfortunately, here. I just put them at the same iris. You can see all of that in my notes, my funny face right there. You can notice the image we're getting out of the Lumix S50mm is great. When we move over to the Summicron, we can see there's vignetting on the sides. These are enlarged Super 35. They're a little bigger than Super 35, so it fits well on the S1H. But you can see the edges are softer, but where my face is still pretty sharp. I'd say very comparable to the Lumix S50. Something I am noticing as I'm kind of punching in, Summicron-C kind of has more contrast in the midtones and the difference between the lighter side of my skin and the darker side of my skin. But then as it goes out, it gets softer. Really love the look of this. I will say, I was kind of surprised to see how close the Lumix S50mm was to the Summicron-C. If you kind of put a vignette and an aggressive color grade, maybe like soften the edges, you could probably get the look of the Summicron using your 50mm 1.8. Was that 500 bucks, 800 bucks? We should look. B&H. The Panasonic Lumix S50mm is $300. It's on sale, which that's crazy. Makes me wonder, Lumix, are you updating these lenses? Interesting. This is very cheap and it's a great lens. I was not gonna make this video on this series of lens, but yeah, highly recommend. Getting back into the comparison of the Summicrons to the 50, I will say there's more character as you move out throughout the range, and we can go there. If we start with the 18, I'll let this kind of roll and you guys can see what these all look like. I will say, as we kind of get up in the focal length, you can see just the beautiful gradient between focus and out of focus. It's just softer. I think that's like why these lenses are more expensive. You're just getting a lot more nuance throughout the lens, to mention like a glass. That's what these lenses look like. Now, for what you've all been waiting for. Welcome back to the couch. Time for a story. How did I break a $20,000 lens? I broke the #1 rule that everyone on a film set should follow. Never take a case out, take some stuff out of said case, and then close the lid of the case and then not lock the case. Keep in mind, it's just me and my BTS shooter who's kind of helping me here and there. Marissa, shout out if you're ever seeing this. Doubt it, but anyway, we're packing up. I'm tired, I'm ready to go home. And on these shoots where it's like one person kind of doing it all, where you're directing, DP, camera operator, first AC, where you're all of it, a lot of times just you miss stuff. I closed the lid that all of the lenses were in. Wrapping up, run over to case, lift up case, lenses come tumbling out, some stay in the case, some fall out of the case. I panic. The amount of money that all of these lenses cost, I don't even have a fraction. I grab all the lenses that fell out, put them back in the case, look at them. None of the glass is damaged. However, I come to find that the iris ring of the 75mm is a little stiff and it's not twisting really well. Send back the lenses, talk to the rental company. It's just that one 75mm lens that needed fixing, and the aputure ring had been dented, so they just had to replace that. They were able to repair it. I just paid for the repair and the parts, and thank God it was only about $1,000. I will also say the rental company, so nice to work with. It was really nice because the people I was working with didn't kind of come down on me, which they could have, because I made a mistake. But they were able to be really gracious while also saying like, okay, this is what's happening. Here are the repairs. This is what it costs. And I just decided to pay it out of pocket so insurance premiums don't go up. So that's the story of how I broke $20,000 lens. Back to you, Ezreal at desk. So with all that said, thank you for watching this video. #1, don't drop a $20,000 lens. I mean, it sounds, you know, you would think that's self-explanational? What is it called? Self-explanatory. That's what it's called. My wife is laughing at me in the background as we speak. Self-explanational. That's a new one. We should totally put this in the video. This shouldn't go in the video. Anyway, don't drop $20,000 lens. Always lock your cases, hard cases, bags, whatever it may be. That way some wandering person, a wandering DP, if you may,
Absolute Space Cadets,
won't pick up the case and drop all of the gear in it. If you found this video helpful, subscribe, like, drop a comment. would love to talk to you. I think the beauty of YouTube is that we can have community, we can talk about stuff, we can talk about filmmaking. I don't know necessarily if I am better than the average filmmaking YouTuber, but I think I have some experience that might be helpful for 1 or 2 or 3 people, at least 66, because we have 66 subscribers right now. Would love to get to 500 by the end of the year, April. I think we can do it. I think that would be cool. So, appreciate you. Have a wonderful day. Later. So, to all my fellow filmmakers, never. Ooh, a dog. What are you doing here? So to all my filmmakers, never, and I mean never, get a dog, because he'll get in your shot and do funny stuff like this. What are you doing, bro? Hi, great to see you. You're on film. YouTube can see all of you right now. And you're still in the shot. Okay. Mowgli, come.